now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show, presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars, and also the Oliva Cigar family, coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man. I live this life.
Okay. Whoops.
Yep,
All right.
there we
Well,
go.
we're live, but not really.
We're kind of dead.
We're having some issues with the Wi-Fi connection, but Sydney, who is missing, she's looking to pick up a little data box that will help us. Hopefully, hopefully it'll help us get so that we could do this interview live. Otherwise, we may have to record it and then post it later. But we're figuring
Either way, people will see this.
Exactly. Either
We'll
way,
get it to you.
we'll get it to you. So we have folks chiming in. We've got Bruce Bush out there in the Tampa area saying hello.
Brian too.
We've got Brian Singer saying hello.
Elaine Singer.
We've got everybody's
Kyle Clark.
Yeah, everybody's checking in. Like I said, we're having a little bit of internet issues, but things happen in a live event. But hey, we're working on it. Technical problems, we're working on it. If it doesn't get resolved and cut out for a second, give us a chance. We'll be back, and we'll have Drew here once we get this all figured out. Ronnie's there plugging away.
Talking
And
to our audience, saying
you know
hello
what?
to everybody.
In my bag, Kyle, over there, we have the Cuesta Rays, the Angel, and the actually camo bag. We'll grab something to smoke.
Oh, that's why he didn't see it.
That's why I didn't
Camo.
see it. The camo. It was camo. You can't see
You
it.
walked right past
It walked right by it. The
See that?
camo bag. That's how good it is, and it's invisible. You don't see this bag. That's why we go with camo. It's almost like a cloaking device.
It is.
And you know,
Like your car was last night, where people were trying to.
and
like,
Kyle's bringing
run through
over
it.
the magic cigars we hand rolled here last year, around the same time of year, basically.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like I think it might have been the beginning of November, now in the middle of
Hey,
November.
here
there
he is, the
Drew.
man of the hour. How are you?
Oh,
man?
no
Great to have
worries.
you, man.
It's
Yes.
been a year. It's been a year. Oh my God. Yes. Come on, sit down. Good. Good.
Awesome. Now that we're here with you.
Some Wi-Fi things. Yeah.
Kind of like things from here, probably 9 times out of 10. Thank you.
Yep.
But every once in a while,
There's an issue.
the Wi-Fi doesn't work very
Right,
well.
for
And I don't
whatever
know
reason.
why.
You know, it
90%
could
of
be,
the time it's great, but
It's just
sometimes
one
it is.
time.
apparently.
we are haunted, so we have some of that. We never
Maybe the
know.
go-
And we
the,
could be
ghost-
haunted. I
yeah.
mean, any one of us could have a
It's
weird
our
haunted.
spirits,
That's right.
you know.
Exactly.
It could be the
That's right.
spirits from the building too.
That's right.
You know, all those
The
old
great tobacco
people.
spirit in the sky. Yep, yep.
Exactly.
I mean, a
Great.
year has gone by and they're figuring things out. So before we continue, because I'm not
Sure.
sure if we have everything going, how have you been?
Doing very well, thank you.
I know you've been busy.
Yeah, we're all busy. Everything's busy, but it's a good thing.
But
I
for
know,
you, it's
it
always
is
a
good.
good thing.
It is a
No.
good thing.
All these incredible ideas
Ideas.
you're popping up
Can't
with.
stop.
You know?
No,
We can't
no,
stop.
you're not stopping, and that's
A lot
what
of
that's
good
Park,
happening.
unbelievable.
Thank you. It's
Oh,
almost finished.
Beautiful.
95% finished. We still have some finishing touches to do.
Like
We're getting
everything.
That's okay, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful. I remember last time we
Yeah.
were here, we were parking on dirt.
That's right.
Yeah,
the dirt.
it was Lake Newman.
Yeah.
Like it was gone. A nice drainage system underneath it now, and
Nice.
we're continuing to go. And we
This is
reoriented
beautiful.
the room and added the
Yeah.
tasting
Oh,
tables.
and you reoriented
There.
exactly
The tables, I
tables
like the
facing.
way
Yeah.
you come in so people
Yeah, you
now
can see it.
And a few more
It
people
is.
rolling.
It's
Yeah.
probably more. It's more historically accurate to have the tables facing the front, facing the lecture stage, but it looks nicer when you see
Yeah.
When you walk in.
Right.
It's better for the visitors.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's
So,
a
yeah.
effect as soon as
Yeah.
you walk in. A
Republic today.
when we opened up
And
the
we
New
are
Newman.
back, folks. We actually are back, and we have internet. Imagine that. No, hey, sometimes the the spirits get in the way of Wi-Fi,
That's right.
and now we have solid Wi-Fi, and of course we have Drew Newman. Again, a pleasure.
Oh, please.
Second year in a row, we are.
How's
so
it been
honored.
a year? It
I
doesn't
don't
feel
know.
like it's been a year since we were here.
Well, we're
on this
getting older,
lecture
so
stage.
everything looks like, a year or
Things
2
go
years.
We
fast.
don't look any different. We all look good.
You look good. I wish I still
cigars,
looked like
good
you're young.
people.
Yes,
It's great.
It was great.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh!
Thanks
And-
again for
And
having
things
us
have
here.
changed since we got here.
Thanks.
It
lot of
started
changes.
immediately when we walked outside, and we saw the Cigar Workers Park.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What an imaginative space to honor the folks who actually made the company great.
Well, thank
You
you.
know.
Well, all of us who enjoy a fine cigar, we're enjoying the hard work, the labor of hundreds of people who are involved in handcrafting a fine cigar, and we never see them. We never know them. You might know the brand owners, but
Right.
you don't really have a chance to show your appreciation
Mhm.
to the people who work
Behind
every
the
day.
scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a real labor of love handcrafting these cigars that we all enjoy. And here in Tampa, Cigar City, there have been hundreds of thousands of people who've worked in our cigar industry,
Right.
and we wanted to have a way to just recognize them and thank them and offer a beautiful space for them and their descendants to come, enjoy, relax, be at peace, a fine cigar. And so we took these old lots that were dirt and abandoned, the old Lake Newman.
That's
Yeah.
right. I think I might have
it
stepped
created
in that on
something,
the way out when we parked
yeah.
across the street.
It was one of those things where you would park your car there on this vacant lot in the morning. It was dry. And when Florida afternoon thunderstorms came in and just a deluge of water
I
came, it
saw
would
some
turn into a
sharks
lake.
in there,
Yeah,
some
exactly.
Lake and mud and everything else. Yeah.
Exactly.
The octopus has made a real nice touch.
That's right. But now we have this beautiful new park, and it's a way
Beautiful.
to show our appreciation to everyone who's been working so hard to make Tampa Cigar City and handcraft these beautiful cigars that we all enjoy.
I can imagine the people who retired, from working in the factories here, just if they came back to see that, how their emotions would really feel. It's like, wow,
Well, what we really see are the descendants.
Yes.
El Roloj, this beautiful 113-year-old building, where now is the last cigar factory still operating in Cigar City. But because Tampa was Cigar City,
Right.
if your family was here for more than a few generations, your aunt, your uncle, your father, your grandmother, they either rolled cigars or cooked lunches for the cigar workers or made cigar boxes or printed cigar labels. And so
Right.
every day we have people coming in here who say that my grandmother told me the story of working in the cigar factory, or my grandfather made all the cigar boxes for this brand. And so it's that living history that we see every
That's
day.
awesome.
Right.
And that's one of the privileges is for us having this factory become a museum, a destination,
Yes.
is that we get to help all these descendants of the cigar workers of Tampa be able to appreciate and understand their history and see what it was like for their great grandmother rolling a cigar. What was it like being able to have
Kind of
tobacco
stepping
in your
into
hands?
their
And so-
shoes for a little
right,
bit.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Sydney took us on a tour yet again because things have changed downstairs.
Always changing.
Oh,
always
yeah.
changing.
Always.
And actually it's amazing because when you step in downstairs, it's like going into a time capsule.
Yes.
Definitely.
And it is so amazing. The shipwrecked
Yeah.
cigars.
Oldest cigars in the
Oh,
world.
That
now.
you did it
They weren't here a year
awesome.
ago.
Oh my God, that blew us
That wasn't
away.
here
We're not
year
smoking
ago.
those today, though. Just
No,
to let you know.
no.
Can I have one? Just one.
They smell like seawater.
I'll try it. I'll say I
It's
smoked it.
really cool because last year, didn't you get the salesman little?
Yes,
that
that's right. The
happened.
salesman sampler, like the beautiful 1906 case of 20 different Vitolas.
Yes.
It's just beautiful. We're trying to keep the history alive here in this
Amazing.
building and share it with future generations, and it's a
So
real privilege.
Do you reach out to folks and just kind of say, "Hey, if you come across things," or they just
Yeah.
reach out to you?
It's a little bit of both.
a little bit.
This is the last traditional factory still
Right.
rolling cigars in the United States, so people know us, they know where to find us, and every day people walk inside, including which we talked about our expansions. Our next project is a Sanchez y Hyatt building across the street, and we've had a number of descendants.
The one right
over
behind,
there.
yeah.
Right.
So you
Remember
guys are taking over that building.
We are. We're in the
Wow.
middle of construction
All
right
right.
now.
So now I
Finally,
know
that's
that building's
beautiful.
gonna
Yeah,
get
because
done.
last year you weren't sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we were working on it just sort of quietly.
Right.
But the building 100 years ago was built to support El Roloj.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
built with a small hotel on the second floor, a
Right.
cafe, a cigar lounge on the first floor, but it's been neglected for
Right.
decades and it's in horrible shape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we're in the process of restoring it, and we're going to bring it back to life just like it was
Amazing.
100 years ago,
That's
with a
awesome.
small hotel on the second floor,
Oh wow.
a cafe, restaurant, cigar lounge
Fantastic.
on the first floor. Again, same look, same feel, just like El Roloj. When you walk in, you feel like you're stepping back in time. And
Right.
we've had descendants of people whose families ran those businesses
Wow.
Wow.
come in with old photos and mementos and archival stuff, and it's been helping us be able to restore the building.
Sure. Well, you
exactly.
need
It
all
gives
that.
you-
Yeah, we
it
do.
gives you
So
kind of
what
a
do you look
blueprint.
at?
better.
2-3 years for that? Or?
Hopefully, at the end of 2025, in 2 years, we'll
Okay.
Right.
open the building.
Knowing you, it'd probably be about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I wish.
When
Well,
you
it's not
move.
up to me. It's up to me. We have a whole team. We have a whole team, and then they say it's going to take longer. So
I don't know. As long as you get that and on this blessing, that's all right. That's good.
that's right.
How about the other building down there? Are you guys
So,
anything to do with that also?
So Tampa used to be the fine cigar capital of the world, and there were 150 large cigar factories just like this one. And
Right.
today there are 25 that are standing, including the Perfecto Garcia factory that we can see out the windows
Okay.
behind you. We're not involved in restoring it,
Oh,
but
okay.
we know the family who is, and they're taking a more measured approach, meaning slower.
Little
And,
financial
I
step,
think
one
there's
by
been
one.
very deliberate, very careful, and hopefully they'll have that factory restored in a couple of years, and they're going to turn it into apartments.
Gotcha.
Well, that's what they're going to do with an
It's
apartment.
okay. Hey, at least
Apartments. It's their
there's a
choice.
there's a revitalization going on here.
I wish it was. If it was up to me,
You would- right.
housing on the upper floors is great. On the
But
first
that-
floor would be great for like retail or restaurants or
Right.
something.
Right.
Just try to activate it and bring people in because
Absolutely.
they're doing a great job restoring the building, but because it's going to be apartments, there's no public spaces, and so we won't be able to go there and enjoy
Oh, right.
that
Okay.
100-year-old cigar factory
Right.
from the inside. But we'll see it from the outside, and they're preserving it, which is great.
Well, tell me, put a little J.C. Newman retail shop right on the first floor.
We got one right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need to go far for
Well,
that.
at least it's still another building that you can
Well,
see.
in case somebody makes the wrong
Wrong
turn,
turn.
there's another one.
That's true. That is true. Can't go wrong with
No,
that.
but that's awesome. I'm so excited about you guys taking over that building.
Thank
oh
you.
my God, that's
Well, there's so much history here in Cigar City, in Tampa. We want to celebrate it. The typical cigar enthusiast knows cigars
Right.
were rolled in Cuba. They know about the Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Nicaragua. But the story of Tampa being the fine cigar capital of the world has really been overlooked for too long.
I think forgotten.
Even here,
Right.
More like forgotten.
It amazes me for every person that walks into our factory saying their grandmother or father or aunt and uncle worked in the cigar industry in Tampa, there's a person who says, I live in Tampa and I never knew this existed. So even
Unbelievable.
here in our own
Wow.
backyard,
Wow.
the story of Tampa's historic cigar heritage
Has not
has
really been
hasn't been told.
right.
And so that's what
Right.
we're doing, and it's a real privilege to be
maybe
able to
by
do
the
that.
time your kids take over, maybe everybody's
Maybe.
going to know.
That's right.
right?
Maybe. That's a while from now. They're 1 and 3.
Well, I'm giving it 40, 50, 60,
That's
70
right.
years. You know?
That's right. Well, but that also speaks to our vision too, which is everything we do from cigars, the restoration of this building.
Right.
We're thinking long term. We're a
Right.
128-year-old 4-generation family business. Our one only goal is to roll cigars 100 years from now,
Right.
just like we do today, which is like we did 100 years ago. And so we're not looking to make to flip a building. We're not looking to
Right.
do something for the short term. We're investing
Right.
for the
In the
long
future.
term because we want to keep this tradition
maybe
going.
the future will look like that picture again.
Maybe, I don't know.
Wow,
It's
that
funny.
would be awesome.
The photo
Wow.
you're showing is an old photo from Tampa,
Right.
rolling cigars by hand in the 1940s, and it's amazing how people
Probably
really
100 people
dressed
there
up.
rolling.
100 people, but they're wearing like these like 3-piece suits.
Suits.
Oh, yeah.
Wool clothes. There wasn't air conditioning.
No.
So how do they?
They were
how
so
do they roll
used to it,
cigars?
though, but
They
they were used to it.
But everyone's
You know?
dressed so well, and
But
it's
that's class.
It is
Well,
That was
class.
class back in the
back
day.
then,
Not what we got
People
going
walked
on
around
now.
and they had to be dressed.
Yes, they did.
And
There
they
was
didn't
no-
know any better. There was
No.
no air conditioning.
That's
What are they
right.
gonna- Fans, yes,
Yes.
but that's about it. So,
That's right.
yeah,
It's true.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Horrible,
So
horrible.
last year, when you came in and you were carrying a very special cigar.
Oh, good.
If you remember, it
No, I
was the
don't.
Lancero
Oh, good.
that you
That's
had
what I
on the
brought.
side.
That's what I
And you're
brought
like,
for you guys.
and it was the Veterans Day.
I was hoping that.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh yes.
Ah,
Oh my goodness.
That was it.
This was it, and it was.
It did have a
Ooh,
band though.
It
Last year.
did.
Did it have a band?
Did it have a band?
It didn't
No,
have a
Not
band.
yet.
I don't think so.
No,
Not
we
yet.
had
You
the
were in
band- the
production,
bands
you
weren't
was
ready.
building
Well,
We were the
because they
first
were the
people to try
no-named cigar.
The no-name
We
cigar.
had it
There you
labeled
go.
that
Not
way,
for
no
anything.
name
There was
cigar.
people that worked here that didn't even get a chance.
That's
We were
right.
the
I haven't
first
seen it
people.
yet.
No, you did
We were-
make
yeah,
us the
These were the
guinea
That's
first
pigs.
four.
Here you go. The final product with a band this year and
Wow.
some extra age on it. But yeah,
Right.
this is the American Diplomat.
Mm.
It's our 7x42 inch sort of Lonsdale shape. It's a classic Tampa shape. All
Beautiful.
the cigars today are so much longer and thicker than they were 100 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a cigar the same size of a cigar that was
Typical,
rolled here
yes.
100 years ago. A little longer. They were a little
Right.
shorter too. But cigars have just grown in size. But my preference is I'll take a 42 ring over a 60 ring any day of the week. And
That's it.
More flavor.
it's great.
Yeah.
more
More
flavor.
flavor.
It burns better.
But-
It's
True.
nicer.
You're not worrying
cigar.
about all the canoeing things that can happen because you've got
No.
all that tobacco. These just
And it takes a more skilled roller to roll a thinner cigar
right.
so to draw it, be able to maintain the blend. It's with a 60 ring gauge cigar, you have more room, so the cigar is more forgiving to the blender, to the roller, and so it's more skill when you have to be able to compact all that flavor,
right.
and all the leaves, all the components of the filler into a thinner cigar.
So how much of a difference would you say from this to, let's say, a 60 gauge? How much more does it burn differently? Does it burn faster, slower, taste?
So the speed of the burn, it really depends upon the thickness of the tobacco. So that can vary depending on what tobaccos you choose. But I think what you can really experience with a thinner cigar like this is that the ratio between the wrapper, the binder, and the filler has changed. That there are fewer filler tobacco leaves in there, so you're able to taste the wrapper more than you can in like a 6x60. And so what I particularly like about that fact with this cigar is the American is the only cigar with the Florida sun-grown wrapper grown by Jeff Borshowitz in Claremont, Florida, just north of Orlando. So if you want to taste this tobacco, if you really want to taste it as a wrapper, this is the only cigar that you can really taste it, because we have all the wrapper. And with a thinner cigar like this, it just, his wrapper is more pronounced, and because of the unique soil content that he has up there, and an interesting climate up in Claremont, there's a little bit of elevation, very rare for Florida. It just has a different taste than any other tobacco in the world, and so this thin cigar really expresses that well, I think.
Well, Jeff does a fine job, and you know he's so hands-on and everything.
He drives the tractor.
Exactly.
He's the owner of this company, all these stores, and he's driving the tractor. But you know who's riding behind the tractor? My uncle and Jeff's wife. That when they plant the tobacco, Bobby, my uncle Bobby's always wanted a farm. And Jeff always has trouble finding people to actually like work in the farm.
Really, Bobby went out to help.
So last time it was planted, it was Jeff driving the tractor, pulling a sled for the till and put the seedlings in. On one side of the sled was Jeff's wife Tanya, and the other side of the sled was my uncle Bobby.
Wow!
And they just went out there planting. So hands-on business.
That is fantastic.
Those are the farm hands.
And then you get that stuff and you roll it here.
Exactly.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a great
Don't
story.
think about how much that cost in terms of like people's time, like Jeff running a business, my uncle, Bobby, like it doesn't. When you start thinking of the numbers too much, it doesn't make any economic sense. But it's a great story.
The personal satisfaction.
It's personal satisfaction. It speaks to who we are, which is we're a very hands-on family, hands-on family business. We're in the factory. We're in the fields. Like this is a very
literally
to us.
in the fields.
Last year was a tough year for Jeff. Because he lost the crop for the hurricane.
He did.
That crazy hailstorm, wind.
Amazing. But it kind of highlights the fact that we make a natural product, a natural agricultural product, and sometimes there's fire, sometimes there's hail, sometimes there's blue mold. It's tough, but I think that just means we have to savor and enjoy these cigars
that much
all the more.
Which we do.
It's not a product made by a supersized machine that's fully automated. They push a button. It is a handcrafted, artistic
personal
process.
touch.
Smoking Mother Nature.
We're smoking Mother Nature. That's right.
Yeah, the big man upstairs knew what he was doing when he put you guys in charge.
Yep.
Well, I had nothing to do with it. I just showed up, and the cigars were already here.
You popped out. Let's say you popped out.
I really had no choices.
All right, great-grandpa. Great-great-grandpa.
What's a cigar? They were already here.
But you had to actually, because some folks who are in business and their parents have a business tend to want to not continue. You know, sometimes they just
a lot of kids don't want anything
to do with it. It's just
my kids may decide they don't want to either.
Oh no, you got to hit them inside there.
30 years to figure it out.
No, that's everything I did.
You got a pipe over here.
It's okay. But who knows what's going to happen?
I don't know.
That's why we're very lucky, but it's quite rare for a family business and in the industry to pass down to 4 generations. That's
very rare.
You need to keep practicing, create some more, just in case.
I think it's some more sleep. More sleep before any more kids.
But the practice
once the first two start sleeping,
he's
like think about it.
Yeah, you're at that sleep phase where things are not.
Yeah, but then you got to put a lock on the door because could walk
Oh,
in.
you don't need that. You don't need that.
They're already very mobile.
They're running around. That's it. They're running around.
Wow, this is amazing.
Oh, this is
good.
another.
Wow.
Again, I remember when we
Taste.
smoked this for the first time.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
it was.
you're the first.
Yeah, we were the
We were the
first.
first, and we won't be the last.
Well, we're still not selling it.
Yeah,
When is
these are-
this going to
these
hit?
are- it won't. I mean,
It's kind of like a special cigar.
we
that
just
you-
roll it here. It's hard. As much as we enjoy Panatellas, Lonzales,
Mhm.
Lanceros, the marketplace they don't sell very well.
Yeah,
In the United States, it's Toros and Robustos.
Those are the big. So
vast
that's the
majority
best. Yes.
of the cigar industry. And two, when you look at big cigars, especially here, are the biggest cost by far is labor,
Sure.
because we're here in the United States paying American labor prices,
Right.
full benefits, taxes, everything.
Right.
And so the labor cost of rolling a very thin cigar like this and rolling a 56 ring gauge cigar is the same, and the tobacco price isn't that different. So like our cost in rolling a cigar like this is about the same as rolling a Toro or even like a 6x60. And so
You go with the
pricing
money
that,
is.
go with
putting out
what
there,
sell-
the
you go-
consumer is going to look like I get more value with a 6x60 that is priced.
It's a mental
it's a
thing that's
mental.
really
it is.
not
It's
true.
a very
It is.
interesting thing.
It is, but it just means we have to enjoy cigars like this.
Like this. Yeah.
even
When
more,
you can. Right.
And I'm happy just to keep these and share these with
Oh
friends.
my
Like,
God.
we don't need to
it's
sell
Wonderful.
I know. You know,
No,
it's so good.
No, you keep
But
them
you-
amongst
But
yourselves.
you did have a special event for veterans that time, and you did
Yeah,
give those
we
away,
did.
right?
we did.
And the
We'll do
proceeds
some more of
went
that. Yeah,
went to the Veterans Association, that veterans group at
Exactly.
that time, which was great.
yeah.
It's awesome, and I think that speaks volumes. I know that Jeff and you're so charitable, and so it's not
Thank you.
just about
You give
you know
back.
you give back to the community in ways that a lot of folks don't. So it's
Well, thank you.
it's you
We're
should
very,
take
very
pride in that.
fortunate. It's a real privilege to be able to be here and keep this tradition on, be here in Tampa. And so giving back in whatever form we can is something that we're very, very pleased to. And that's why my dad is in the Dominican Republic this week. He's working on cigars a little bit, but he's really down there to spend time at the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation
Nice.
and just do end of the year trip, just meeting with the staff down there, seeing what they need, how the school year going,
Right.
and just very, very quietly, but just
Mhm.
down there because it's been his passion
Gotta
for the
feel
last
it.
20 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I think the people, the workers, were very appreciative to see the big boys stop by. It's just not just their supervisors and managers. You have personal touch with them and let them know how you're feeling and hear from you what's going on and to assist in that way. And,
Yeah, it's not
you
it's not like an inspection. It's more like what
No.
you need, how it's going,
How can
how
I
the
help?
school year,
Can we help?
how can we
Can we
help?
help? Yeah.
Exactly, like what's working, what's not working, and how can we fix it.
absolutely. And
Incredible.
obviously, you guys are doing it right. And we can't thank you enough as consumers
always have.
ourselves.
Right.
I can't thank you guys enough for enjoying
mean,
cigars.
really.
That's what makes all this possible.
But we got to get more people to understand this side.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
do.
Well, you're
you know?
doing it right now because we're talking about
That's
it.
right.
Oh, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we
That's
keep
right.
talking
We keep
about
talking about it.
That's why I keep bringing it
Thank you.
back.
And what I love about what you're doing, every time we come, there's something new. Not only new cigars, but new things that added to the building.
Well, it's new men.
New mint. Something new. There you go.
New is right
New
there.
is right there.
Something new. I
No,
love it.
something new.
So what
Yeah.
do we look forward to next year? What's that big
Yeah,
well, we got to wait 2
what's
years
on-
for
I mean,
across
I
the
know
street.
we were over there. We kind of took a peek. I
Yeah.
saw the
We can go in there
Leroy
later today if
Newman.
you want.
We saw the Leroy Newmans.
Oh, Leroy Newman
Mm.
cigars.
Leroy
yeah.
Newmans. Newmans.
Yeah.
See, I'm so close. You're saying Newman.
it always
I was
comes back
saying
to
Newmans. Newman.
Cindy, would you like
Like
to
a
bring the
Neiman
box?
Newman.
Yeah, Cindy's going to bring a box
Yeah,
Yeah.
over. Yeah, we started shipping them last week.
you
And
did.
it's a
you?
great
Ah,
project.
nice.
Yeah.
This is something people ask me all the time, like, what do I do? What does my father or my uncle do? And we all kind of do everything, but there's just so much to do. And sometimes we do things without telling each other.
Right.
And this thing I did without telling them, including giving all the profits away without even
box.
asking them. But I did. This is our brand new Leroy Neiman
Wow.
collector's edition
Beautiful
cigars.
box.
Just started shipping last week. And Leroy Neiman, as you may know, was a very famous American painter
Yes.
in the last century. He painted Frank Sinatra,
Sport,
Beautiful.
Muhammad Ali. He's the official painter of the Olympics.
Yes.
Basically,
NFL football.
In NFL football, he would paint from the sidelines, and when he did, he was very distinctive because he always had his handlebar mustache and a cigar.
Right.
And so he thought he's the most famous cigar smoking artist. Why not work with his foundation to create a special cigar that honors his legacy?
Beautiful.
Amazing.
And so these cigars are
Amazing.
rolled right behind me, and we have a limited edition series of 500 boxes this year, and each cigar is wrapped with a lithograph of his Irish American bar
Kyle, if you want to
painting,
show that looks
which is also on the
oh my
inside of the
God.
box.
Yes. So it's wrapped with that. Amazing.
I like look
Amazing.
at it.
And
The
so
leveling on that.
Wow.
Yes, the embossing is incredible.
Yes.
All the cigar bands, the labels, they were all printed in Holland.
Beautiful.
But this project, going back to giving back, is one that we're making no money on.
Right.
We and the Leroy Neiman Foundation, they're charging no royalties. We're not making any profit on it, and all the profits, all the royalties are being donated to support public schools here in Tampa in their
Fantastic.
arts
Very good.
education because they don't have enough funds to support arts education.
Always. Arts are
And
always kind of left
that is the goal of the Leroy Neiman Foundation. And
But
so
you said you're not making any money, but you know what? You are really making
a strong statement.
a strong
statement.
and with having your name on there, all those people will always identify it with the J.C. Newman name.
I
And
hope
maybe
so.
they will also go out and just keep buying other products from J.C. Newman where you're going to make those money from. But people want to give back and they want
Yeah.
to say thank you. How can we give back to the J.C. Newman family and
Right.
buy
I
them
hope
more
so.
cigars or keep buying that out and keep getting
Yeah.
the name out there?
Well, thank you.
That's
It's a
beautiful.
great, it's a beautiful box, a beautiful package.
Yes.
It turned out really well, and we're working on a second edition for next year to do the same thing to make
Awesome.
another 500 boxes, sell
Beautiful.
them out, and then donate the profits to
Fantastic.
support
And
arts
there will be
education.
another photo on the
It
inside, I
is.
would
and so,
imagine.
so next year is the Summer Olympic Games in Paris.
Oh,
And
okay.
Leroy was the official painter of the Olympics for decades, and so he has a lot of art related to the Olympics, related to Paris. And so next year's package is a different size, and the art is going to be
Olympic or
connected to Paris.
Wow.
The theme for that, and
Fantastic.
so it should be
So
interesting.
this is going to be an ongoing,
Ongoing
thing with
series,
the
a
family.
nice collector's edition, and
Yes.
Very
we'll have
limited.
these-
500
the
boxes
box
is
is
nothing.
super limited.
Yeah, well,
Oh, boy.
that's what Hector and Yanita over there with the yellow bundle wraps, so they can roll, in a year, and so that's
Right.
that
That is
covers it.
amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. That's
I love
just-
your future outlook and how you're putting everything together. I mean, it's like, you're
very
a Jetson
forward thinking.
that keeps
Yeah,
coming
forward
back.
thinking. And I
yeah.
think that's the thing I think that sets J.C. Newman apart a lot is you're very thoughtful
Thank you.
in your approach, and people respect that in a very big way. They really do.
Well, we're not trying to do anything new. What we're trying to do is honor the history, the tradition, the craft as best we can.
Mm.
And so with every new project or new idea, we always start in our archives saying what was done 100 years ago. What do we have? What can we pull from? What is our authentic story?
And
that
how
we're
can we
trying to
bring
tell?
it back?
Exactly. With being a 128-year-old family business, we have a rich history and a rich and a very deep archive. So we don't need to fake anything.
No.
It's already here. We just need
Right.
to find it and pull it together.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, we
because
went down
had-
to the besides the vault, which oh my God, that was
Yeah.
amazing. But I guess the library we had now, it's been very organized and
Yeah.
all. So
Yes.
you walk through there and the people with the imagination could pick something out. It really helps you what was gone in the
It's like
past.
your second museum,
there.
really.
Right.
Yeah.
Just walking
The
through
art,
there
that's
was
an
incredible.
archive,
It
it's-
is exactly. It's our archives, and to we're developing a new band, a new brand. That's where we start. We pull out our old sample books of bands from 100 years ago, just looking at the detailing, the layouts,
Yes.
the colors. I mean, it's all been done.
Now, is that your part, or other people do
No,
that and they bring it to you, or is
I-
that where your
I
mind?
leave that with our
and-
team, and then I don't think he's up here right now, but usually our in-house creative director will sit
Gotcha.
over there with the rollers with his laptop, like designing while smoking a cigar,
That's
and so trying to
great.
get
Okay.
inspiration
Oh,
and
that's
be here,
fantastic.
flipping through the old sample books of printing from 100 years ago and seeing what was done.
That is very cool.
Mm.
That is.
That is the way to
like
do
that.
things. You know,
You
Sydney was.
got it laid out. Don't talk bad about Sydney. She's
No,
behind
no,
you,
she's
you know?
She's the best. She's the best.
Sydney was telling us about your All-Star series, and you
Yeah.
kind of talked about the ball, the parquet floors that were
Yeah.
coming, and now we hear that you're doing humidors.
Yes.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like what I see.
Well, it's funny. About a little more than a year ago, I got a message. I missed a phone call from somebody with the NBA.
Mhm.
I was thinking, this can't be like the NBA.
Yeah,
NBA
it
must be like the
must be like
National
so-
Business Association trying to sell us something. But sure, I'll call this guy back, and I called him back, and it was the NBA, and they said, you're the oldest cigar company in America. And I said, yes. And I said, well, basketball is an all-American game, and have you ever thought about making humidors from a basketball court? And how do you say no to that?
Right.
No.
I said, you have wood? And I said, yeah, we have wood, but we don't know what to do with it. I said, well, we'll send us the wood. We'll take care of it. And so we've been able to create 40 humidors from the 2011 NBA All-Star Game
Wow.
court,
Oh,
and they're really incredible. We make a lot of humidors. We've seen a lot of humidors, and every time we make a humidor, you want it to be perfect. You want it to be smooth. Hi, Sydney. Come on, bring it over.
Wow.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing.
This
it's like
girl reads our
you're
minds.
Thank you,
thinking,
Sydney. You're the best. But
oh, this
yeah,
is
yeah.
great. It's got the
but
dings
yeah,
in
it
it.
does. Like,
oh,
like
that's
run your
awesome.
fingers over, you can feel the texture
Oh, yes. And
Right,
you've got
yeah,
your
yeah.
little
floor. So, like,
kinks.
like every other humidor, this would be horrible. You want the humidor to be perfect, and
Right.
smooth, and even. But this has the character of the court that Kobe Bryant
I was
played
just
on.
saying that. Kobe
Exactly.
Bryant
That-
walked on
That's a
this.
shoe mark right
There
there.
you
Do you
go.
see that?
Yeah,
And
I
it's-
see. Yes,
that's
yes,
right.
I
This is from the
identify his
three-point line.
size.
Three-point line.
Three-point line.
That's actually his
It's-
toe side right there.
Yeah, and so like it's incredible. And if you look on it,
Oh my God,
also,
it's heavy.
Well, it's heavy because it's real
Whoa.
wood. It's also
Whoa,
it's
I-
also on all
was
6
trying to-
sides.
I was
So
trying
even
to pick
the
that
bottom-
up with one hand.
even
No.
the, even the bottom is there too, and these are thick planks.
Oh
and
my
so,
goodness.
All the cigars are inside.
Wow.
They kind of got messed up. It looks like.
Oh, don't
No,
worry
no,
about
no,
it. It's
But
okay.
we rolled a new size 2,
Oh,
the
that's
American All Star.
Oh,
Ah, so that will
that's-
Look at
be.
that label.
Is that neat?
Oh,
Oh.
man, that's cool.
nice.
Yeah. And so that
Get a
that's
close up.
pass
Get
that
a
up.
close up.
Here.
We'll bring that over. Wow.
That's very cool.
Nice. I don't know if maybe
should
people.
give you-
can, oh,
I'm sorry.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
good. It's fine.
No,
It's
not.
Ash,
It's
not the
Ash.
first. Will be last. I was going to open
But
this
it's not
up
Ash
and ask
Wednesday.
you. That's true. All good. All good. Cindy, has Sean finished taking his photos?
Mm.
But is he done? Okay, so I can't give these cigars away yet, can I? Before the end of the day,
don't
we'll
worry
give you
about
the
it. We'll worry
cigars.
about
Mm.
Sean's taking photos right now. I think we just
Yeah,
took
no
this away from
problem.
him.
I'm going to try to
But-
give this to
I was just
Kyle.
trying to get this to
Yeah,
Kyle.
see each other's
two-handed.
texture on the
I wanted
front.
them
Yeah,
to
it's for
open
the-
up and
oh
look
my-
at the
oh,
inside.
first,
So how
the
many? You
texture.
said there's
There's
40?
40. 40
of
as
those.
many as we could make.
Right.
And they're all a little different because
Wow.
the wood is real wood.
So that's the entire court. What you're
No,
saying?
we have the NBA didn't give us the whole court. They
Court,
gave us
that's
they gave us
oh,
three
okay.
they gave us three
Sections.
4-foot by 8-foot sections of
Mhm.
court wood, and that's enough to make 40
128 square feet is not
Yeah.
bad. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That
It
is awesome.
And
I
the
mean,
weight is
Well,
really
that's
the
impressive.
weight is
what is that?
amazing.
White oak? Probably.
It
I-
might be.
Which,
I
you know, which
really don't
explains the weight.
The weight,
Just the
it's
wood
so
itself.
dense.
But here's the problem: the wood was full of nails
Oh, that's
and
true. You had to
glue
put,
and
right.
staples.
Mhm.
Oh,
And the hardest part of the project was simply getting all
All
of
that
the
nonsense
junk
out. Yeah.
out
Off
of
of
the
it.
wood,
Oh,
so you can
God.
actually cut it and
Sand
use it.
and do
And it's
all
also
of that.
thick wood, and it's tugging
Tongue
through.
and groove.
Yep.
And so it's not like this beautiful, clean, pristine
Oh, you
wood
can see
that we
the
use to make
divots in there
humidors
and all.
every
Right.
day. Like this is was rough wood, and it was really hard trying to.
So how
figure
many
out
blades
how to
through the planer did it take?
Well,
wow.
so the reality is that these 40.
That's
how it works.
That's how it works.
Listen,
That's how it
Wow.
works.
that's called
Everybody's got
business.
to get their envelope.
It's called business.
It is.
It
That's
is.
cool.
That's
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's very cool.
Oh.
Right before they're going to move.
I'll tell you.
We're selling 37 of them. One for our sending one to the NBA. Keeping one more, and this is what I'm saying. Keeping one more, so hopefully Michael Jordan will call and send one. Anyway, he's just a famous cigars. Jordan is
Be awesome.
a humidor. They are
Next.
really.
We're going to tell them that. We're going to rub it in. Michael's don't worry.
Our hope is for these next year too. It's never going to be a lot of them because not a lot of NBA court wood,
Right.
but and these are kind of put together.
Right.
Fun.
Oh my
It's
God.
authentic. They're one.
What you have there is a keepsake for ex-NBA players, plus who actually played on that court, who
Yes.
are cigar smokers. When the word gets out like that, it's from this 2013 NBA, 2011, and NBA players are cigar smokers.
They are.
And your marketing department would reach out to every single player, and coaches, and call the person and say, "I got you want it."
They'll be gone so quick.
Absolutely.
And then obviously I'll call them affectionately the fans who love the game. And I wanna,
I would. Oh, that's great, man.
so it's going to sell itself like that.
So what we got now is we got a bunch of authentic baseball bats.
Oh.
How do you turn a baseball bat to no, we're working on that.
You cut out the head part of it, think about it, and you can put the
Bandsaw, very, like a veneer.
Right.
Okay.
And so that you get the imprint of the Louisville slugger. Maybe it could be a player's name that gets left on
This was
that veneer
Yeah.
up, and then you could use usually I think baseball bats are ash.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful wood.
Beautiful
So
wood.
you know
So we're gonna
that's
try that now.
Oh.
We're gonna try that now. Hopefully, you'll have something for spring training.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, hockey's out because
Well, it's not out.
six.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Here in Tampa, we don't have an NBA team, and so we have a relationship with the NBA outside of the guy who called me, but we're very close with the Bucks, the Lightning, the Rays. That are
What
here in
about
the
Orlando? It's not really
That's
too
true.
far away.
You know,
Magic do
Jeff Borchowitz might reach out to them, but the Lightning love cigars, and we have a cigar that I make for them downstairs too.
Thunder and
Thunder
lightning.
Lightning. We go down to the arena here in Tampa as well, where you can smoke a cigar and watch hockey.
That's
So we'll sing with them too.
Another.
Baseball.
So my grandfather was commercial friends with George Steinberg, who lived here in Tampa, but we've done anything with them, but we've been supporters of the Tampa Bay Rays since the beginning. For a while, they're trying to they're here in City. It's going to end up back in St. Pete. But there are lots of smokers there too. And
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are. So you have that. So I mean, you have you've got that whole sports thing going, which is nice.
exactly.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in 2036?
Should we?
The 206 numbers go very different.
Yes.
We've seen a slight change around a year ago, and it's
All the
definitely
new
Those
condos,
everywhere.
If you're going in here too, there's a private train line called Bright Line. Starts in Miami, well, just ends in Orlando. We're going to extend it to Tampa.
Oh, they are. They're
And
bringing it
the
over.
station's going to be about 3 blocks from here.
Wow.
The interstate. And so you get on a train in Miami, and 4 hours later, get off at our footsteps here in Port City, stopping at Orlando a long way. So that's going to be a huge change.
Look,
to say putting the trolley extended to your door.
So 100 years ago, there was a streetcar that ran down
Yeah.
Columbus that
Okay.
was right here. I think that's less likely because there's a lot of hurdles involved. But what's more likely is getting like a theme park style parking lot trolley.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it does exactly.
the hot dog.
You drive it.
We saw the streetcar before. The trolley was coming down, and what about bringing it right down the block?
Anything you want a cigar trolley.
They would
Okay.
Open air, you can smoke a cigar on it.
Yes.
The weather like this.
Stop. You can have all
Exactly.
different stops. You can do with some of the bars where people can have to drink a stop, which would be nice.
And they can get some bar at the bar while you drink it. So, get a little cookie,
They come here and buy boxes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Be cool.
That is 2036.
That's 36.
Bob, you're going to be in a wheelchair.
On the trolley.
It's fully accessible.
That's true.
We want to make sure this factory is open for people of all abilities.
Yes.
To come to Tampa's historic cigar tradition.
Absolutely.
Even though it's a 113-year building, and when I was thinking about accessibility a century ago, we restored it in a way that makes it fully accessible for you.
Yeah, no, the elevator right here, each floor. I mean,
You been in that elevator?
Oh, yeah.
in the day. Very cool.
It was like those old freight elevators. Now you had to like line up. Or sometimes down.
Crawling out as a kid, trying to get out of that little.
Climbed up the roof.
The hard thing for me as a kid is the work clothes because they're very heavy. I think the slam was really hard.
Right,
But I
right.
figured it out.
Wow.
Yeah, just carry a little weight with you. You got brakes. I can see that. I can see that. You know? And Unc is going to be very happy.
Yeah, they great
He comes up with stuff they don't even know.
Wow.
That's all right.
Wow. Every time you come and visit, it's just a magical place. And it's a destination. We were just visiting Jeff Time.
Yeah.
Septimol.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
And I
he
see
Last
that becomes a destination location
It is.
for folks. And this is a destination for people so that they can enjoy their passion. And they've never seen cigar smoker or know of a cigar. You have weddings here.
We do.
yes.
I mean, so doors are open to everyone. And that's the
audience.
Exactly.
You come here and there's so much history here. You know, it's work. You have to go out tomorrow.
Right.
You have no use in tobacco.
Right.
But when here is
And that's what we've seen too. 3 years ago we had 0 visitors to this factory. The factory was never open to the public, so we restored it for our 125th anniversary,
Right.
and people started coming. Last year we had 10,000 visitors. 3 years ago, 10,000 last year, and this year we're back. 15,000. So I think we're just under 15,000 right now, but by next month we'll hit 15,000 visitors.
That
And,
is
and half our
awesome.
visitors are like your viewers, people who enjoy cigars, and the other half of our visitors don't like cigars or never smoked cigars, but they're interested in history. They like old
Exactly.
buildings. They like
Yes.
manufacturing. So we get to invite them in and be able to introduce them to cigars. And even if they leave never smoking a cigar, at least they can
understand it.
appreciate the history,
Yes.
the craft,
Yes.
the wonderful nature of this industry we're in. So we get to be ambassadors not only for our family, but for Tampa, but also for this wonderful tradition and culture that we all get to enjoy.
and my one.
Don't at least leave with that a cigar that your grandfather's smoking and sticking. It's it's heritage, the natural product, a lot of care and love goes.
People do because I see move towards the night that we didn't get the roof yet. Hopefully we can get the roof this year. But you just
Don't say.
she's working on it. I mean, they are listening to everything about this building and their staff. I know you do.
Well,
But
that's
this
the
is
thing.
the whole stuff. Think about what's going to happen when you have that next door, that hotel, the weddings and all. Maybe bride and groom and the whole party can stay right across the street. Come in here and take,
Yeah.
wow.
You have a little restaurant to make it.
Exactly. There's
Love music.
lounge.
What else?
We're seeing so many distilleries, wineries, breweries
Yeah.
all around the world coming to destinations, tours, teas, events. And we thought to ourselves, why can't we do the same? We're in Cigar City. No one's done it before, but why can't we do that? And we're to this beautiful condition and craft that we want to create a first-class destination so that our store, even just who's in history, we can appreciate it. We honor the tradition of not only my great grandfather here of the Tampa.
That's trolley.
Yeah.
You can all take them down, Main Street, and show them what's going on. It's wow.
People realize is that Tampa, because of our heritage, our the city had the cigar industry without any reservation for 137 years. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Independent, it doesn't matter. All local leaders love the history of cigar culture, and so wonderful work for our local government. And there's really that we're restoring literally across the state.
That's
So important. Say we're not going to want cigar in the rooms.
Right.
Right.
But it's here. It's going to be a good place to enjoy a cigar. And
Okay, wait till November when we come in and do the
my hope is I was hoping that we would open the building on May 5th, 2025, to be our company's 130th anniversary. Our design team said, no, it's not going to happen. Maybe by late 2025. We'll check in Next year,
Will
yeah,
be
and then we'll have
A better
what's
effect.
gonna-
Absolutely.
That would be
Right.
that would be great. That would
You
so-
know, sticking around.
Easter.
How did you go? I won't burn you out. Just bring it out. We'll do weekend at Bob's.
Weekend
Anyway,
Oh my God, thank you so very much.
Wanna hang out with
Oh, he's not.
This is great. Why don't you share the cigars
Yes,
with you? It's
thank
great
Thank
seeing
you
you.
so much, man.
Look forward to coming back.
Oh.
Oh, and look at Sydney. Sydney has the American All-Star cigars for you guys.
Oh,
You're the first one to smoke them.
if I want to smoke, you might, you know.
I know.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We haven't we released cigars with the humidor ships next Monday. And we've smoked a few of these cigars just in production because you spoke them
You
when they
have to,
rolled
sure.
and aging tested. But no one has smoked these cigars with bands on them. So these time the cigars with bands smoked. I haven't smoked with that.
Wow.
So you get the first
First days.
You know, think about next year. Give us first. And next year.
Never know. He's screaming.
is
I know.
Jackson.
This is it.
That's the American All-Star. That's 6.5 by 50.
Michael Jordan, if you look. We do
So
have.
it's Churchill, right?
It-
6.5.
It's almost. It's kind of.
Oh,
Beautiful. Man.
Absolutely.
the American All-Star. If Jordan doesn't call,
we'll get Malone. I'll take that.
That's right.
It's the rapper.
It
It is because it's
American
Yeah.
Florida good rapper, finder, and then the fillers are Canada and leaves going by the Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You got
American
it.
cigar. I like it. It's a very unique flavor profile, but it's cigars, the 4
American.
120 all American.
Red, white, blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Love it.
There you go.
Drew, thank
Drew.
you.
Thank you guys for visiting. It's great.
Thank you,
And
buddy.
imagine today.
There's
In March,
possibility in
we'll
March.
go out and catch you again. So, you know,
And we'll do
we
this again
can
next
do
year.
what's welcome.
Yeah.
Coming back in 2 weeks for the heritage.
Yes.
So-
The weather is nice then as it is now.
So,
We'll be there. We'll
Okay.
never miss one. So,
there you get to do it yourself.
the Airport Day extended family have been the lead under the Harris Fest began 20 years ago. We got
Gotcha.
area in I think soon up. New venue this year. So will be inside. I'll stop by behind. So I won't say one-year-old and 3-year-old lovers. They obviously don't smoke the history and the family.
Like you.
When they're tired,
So that we'll see you.
absolutely. Great seeing you.
Oh my God.
Enjoy your
Yes. Always.
As usual, tops.
So, folks, we're going to say bye, even though we hate to. And we'll see you soon. We're always broadcasting somewhere.
Tomorrow night. Our weekly show. Come on.
I can't see that. My eyesight's not going.
Oh,
But the
wait,
guy-
wait a little longer.
If you're down here, you've got to come.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do the tour
There's
here.
no
Go to the
doubt.
website, book the tour. Go to the website.
JCNewman.com.
Yeah,
There you go.
JCNewman.com.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, you-
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.